It's one of yours, Herb. Well, I've followed the instructions and they've led me to nothing, so...
Is that how it goes in the music business? Follow instructions
and it leads to nothing, yeah.
Probably should have done this before eating. I think I have shit in my teeth, but...
No, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of shit, actually. You're right canine.
Hello, we are CHERYM.
So like a fucking robot.
We'll go on you do it then. Hello, we're CHERYM.
Hi, we're Hot Cops.
My name's Herb, and I record under the name ArvoParty.
We're from Derry in Northern Ireland. We're in Berlin for a gig.
These guys are all musicians.
Okay.
In bands, and they're performing tomorrow night.
Right.
So we're here to like make some new connections, figure out how it works in Berlin,
Cool.
and then play some music.
Nice.
How does it work in Berlin? What's the secret?
Sex and something like rock and roll. The genre is not too important anymore. That's how it works in Berlin City.
Every studio is totally different because everyone has different interests and different work. Like the one is like only a songwriter, the other is a techno producer, or the one is doing game sounds and so on. Because we really take care to have like a real diversity of music making in the whole complex in here.
It's really cool, like being able to see like the studios as well. Just very like all very different and individual, but cool. I like them. Especially that one with the water.
They've never considered flooding.
I think
I think they definitely considered the flooding.
flooding was maybe their number one priority.
Yeah.
Losing touch. I don't know what I'm hearing anymore.
Too much walking out. We're not fit. We don't like it. My feet's sore.
Don't know what I'm feeling anymore. Losing touch. Don't know what I'm hearing anymore. Losing touch. Don't know what I'm feeling anymore.
The things that pulled me over this way is I started meeting more female producers, and a lot of them moved to Berlin because they were like, this is the one city where you're not going to have as much gender inequality issues and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm going to keep listening to you. Tell me more.
All of these guys and girls have been nominated for a Northern Ireland Music Prize. So we asked our Arts Council in Northern Ireland to help us bring them to like a new area so that they could try and like expand and learn about like music scenes outside of Belfast. So here we are.
I'm really passionate about trying to create and build up a link between Belfast and Berlin. I think there's a lot that Belfast could learn from Berlin, how it's reinvented itself as a city. I'd say that Belfast is actually a post-traumatic city in a way that Berlin was back in the day as well. And Belfast is still getting over that trauma, and I think that there's a lot to learn from how Berlin reinvented itself and turned that to its benefit. And I kind of want to see both cities create an ongoing relationship so that people can, from Belfast, can come visit Berlin, see how things are here, be inspired by that culture, and take that away with them and help make Belfast a better place.
The classes are really small. Our community is still quite small. It's about 300 students at the time. We have predominantly more music students than film students. The film school got started later, so it's taking a little bit longer to catch up.
I'd say Funk House was probably the most kind of interesting one, just like the history behind it and the sheer scope of it. It's just enormous, filled with like state-of-the-art studios that are really historic but still very contemporary, and you have modern artists there today performing and recording. It's just very inspiring.
Knocked on the door of Niels Fram's studio. He wasn't in. It's fine. He's busy. A beautiful building. It's just interesting the way they run things over here. It's like they have beautiful big empty buildings, and one day somebody just wakes up and decides, I'm going to make something of that.
It finally clicks. Paying attention, it's 666. Sucking your thumb next to unknown, knowing no one. Luck isn't done when it's the only thing you can't rely on. Negative charge swept in your arms. I really realize negative one. Fly by their ass, it's making sense to me. Da 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 da.
We've never played mainland Europe before. We've never played Germany, especially never played Berlin. And like everybody was very welcoming and polite, and like they seemed attentive. And it's not something you always get, especially in Ireland. A lot of people just love drinking and shouting over your songs. So to be given a platform, to be given a platform from people who are like interested. Maybe they don't always love it, but they're at least giving it a chance.
I think we have to give ourselves a 5 out of 10 in terms of accessibility. I mean, like, a lot of it's quite poppy, but a lot of it's not super poppy, and you just gotta go along for the ride.
A lot of it for us is making sure we're enjoying playing it, and so to enjoy playing it, we have to make it interesting. And I think we succeed in that. I hope so. Do you guys like it?
I mean, yeah, it's not bad.
Oh.
No,
I have never felt any emotion playing any of our songs.
Well, I don't want to back down, but if you're gonna fall out, say, well, I ain't trying to get up, hey! But if you want to prevail, well, then you gotta set sail, see? Well, I ain't trying to get up, hey! Not feel wrong, choosing better friends. Feel it burn, falling once again. Trying to make a mess. If you run such a long shot, that's to be alone. If I am going to tell you, I'll rest in it alone. Would you run such a once or twice? Can you come in such a door? If you run such a long shot, you best leave me alone. Well, I don't want to back down. But if you're gonna fall out, see, well, I tried to get up. Whoa!
So many like Irish people turned up. Real sense of community in Berlin. Love it. Really, really great. Everybody seemed really in it. Couple of like punk rockers up the front giving it loads. So, yeah.
No, it's really cool.
It was unreal. Like,
Loved it.
Of course you get lonely sometimes, but I like being by myself right now. I think it's good for me. hard for me to let people in sometimes. It's pretty rough, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Got away with it again, I think. I don't know. Hard to tell. It was a good night though. I think everybody had fun. Everybody played well. Met a lot of nice people. Seen a lot of cool things. I think we all kind of want to move here. I don't know if that's viable, but yeah, it's been great. I've had a great time.
So it's just after midnight and all 3 acts from our showcase have just played in Berlin. It's the first show for all of them, which is amazing. I'm just really proud. There was a response in the room. You could see people moving and responding to the music. I think of our time in Berlin, we've been realising that electronic music dominates here, so ArvoParty held that down. But there's a big response to the rock music in the room, like CHERYM. I've got it on video because I think we want to relive it afterwards, but they did a really good job, as did Hot Cops. So I'm kind of leaving feeling really proud of what we've come here to try and do, which in effect was quite simple. Let's get the bands out of Belfast where they're relatively comfortable and people know a little bit about them, and put them in a circumstance where, you know, really people are just learning about who they are and what they're about.